What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you with another edition of the pregame sauce. Y'all like how I said that? Pregame sauce. That's how you're supposed to say it. Happy Saturday afternoon to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Wanted to come in with a pregame sauce to JG Green B. What's good? Want to come in and share with you guys who I've got, the game I've got tonight, and also to give you a little heads up about Illinois at Missouri, because I know Illini fans are really excited about that one. The Border War Classic, which typically takes place in St. Louis, had to be done by a coin flip to see who was going to be able to host the game. Missouri won the coin flip, so they're playing at Missouri tonight. Telly Hughes, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Dave V43. Oh, Jason Greenberg. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. So let's get into it. So Indiana State at Purdue. Missouri Valley coming in against Purdue Big Ten. Indiana State has only had one game this year based on COVID-19 and teams canceling, and they've had a lot of inconsistency in terms of health and things of that nature. So they played Truman State few days ago in their first game. Truman State, a Division II team. So it's really kind of hard to project what they would look like. But a couple of the players here up on the screen, you IG folk, players to watch for Indiana State: Tyreek Key, senior guard, works his tail off, can score the basketball, and Jake LaRavia. Jake LaRavia. I'll get it here in a second. Jake LaRavia is an Indianapolis native, 6'9" swingman, could do a little bit of everything. Handles the ball. He'll get it off the glass. He'll push. He can post up. Very talented, very versatile forward. So watch out for Tyreek Key, outstanding senior guard. Didn't have a good game against Truman State, but I expect him to bounce back in this game against Purdue. It's an in-state rivalry, so a lot of times Missouri Valley teams that play Big Ten teams, and especially if they're in the same state, they tend to play very, very well. So don't be surprised if you see Tyreek Key and Jake LaRavia have a big game for Indiana State. The players to watch for Purdue, really two freshmen. Zach Edey, a 7'4" center, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Purdue has been big man U for years. He may have more upside than any big man that's come through Purdue, and that includes Caleb Swanigan. That includes A.J. Hammonds. This kid has tremendous upside. He's shooting 77% from the field. He's 7'4", ladies and gentlemen. He's not a stiff. He's an athlete. Hear me when I tell you this. You want to watch this kid. Tune in to Big Ten Network, 6:30 Central Standard Time. He's the real deal. He gets in foul trouble because, we were talking to Matt Painter earlier today. He made a great observation. You teach bigs to typically chin the basketball and have your arms out. Well, when you're 7'4" and you chin the basketball like this, you end up hitting people in the head. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, man. Your studios look great, brother. Congratulations. So he's got to be careful, and they have to teach Zach Edey how to play differently, because the old school techniques of, chinning the basketball and having your elbows out, if he moves, he's catching somebody in the head. So very unique, very big, athletic 7'4" center for Purdue. He's had an outstanding start to his freshman campaign. So you want to see that. Coach Littlefield. What's good, Coach? Good to see you. So you definitely want to tune in, 6:30 Central Standard Time. Purdue hosting Indiana State. Ought to be a good one. Now, I know you Illini fans. Hold on, let me hit my thing up here. What's up, Shannon Williams? Chef Brian X, what's good, fellas? Thanks for jumping on. Hey, Vanessa, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. The one that I know Illini fans want to see is the Illini at Missouri game. That will be, I think, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the SEC Network, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys better hurry up and jump on, find out where you can get the SEC network, because that's where it's going to be shown. But look, Illini is number 6 in the country. Missouri's not ranked. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the teams have lost 5 straight coming in or won 5 straight. It doesn't matter. This is a type of game. It's a rivalry game, one of the better rivalries in college basketball. What's up, Greg Boysaw? So don't get caught up on the fact that Illinois is number 6 in the country and Mizzou is not ranked. It's never a lopsided game. I played in 4 of them. I was undefeated. I never lost to Missouri. I've called 5, 7. I've covered 5 on the radio, 7 on television. I've only seen them lose 1 time, Illinois. Now, Missouri won last year, and this is a good team. Missouri team is a veteran ball club. 3 of the guys that they really depend on, Mark Smith, Drew Smith, and Jeremiah Tillman, are all seniors. And their point guard, Pinson, Chicago native, is a junior, and Pickett is a junior as well. So they're a very veteran ball club. And Quanzo Martin's teams play great defense. This is a top 30 defensive team in the country, are the Mizzou Tigers. And so, this is going to be a great matchup and a great test. You guys remember Mark Smith was playing at Illinois and then transferred to Missouri. Mark Smith is averaging like 17 points a game. He's shooting 52% from three-point land. So it's going to be a great matchup because Jeremiah Tillman inside is a load against Kofi Coburn, Illinois, a load. Mark Smith, outstanding perimeter player, shooting the lights out from 3. Will Ayo Dosunmu match up with him, or will it be DeMonte Williams or Trent Frazier? We'll soon find out. But here's the key factor for Missouri. Can Tillman establish post scoring? Because Mizzou likes to shoot a lot of threes, and they're pretty good at it. I just referenced Mark Smith shooting 52% from three-point land. About half of his makes this season are from 3. Now, Pinson, the point guard, shoots a lot of threes, but he's shooting 18%. So if the Illini can slow down Jeremiah Tillman inside and limit the inside scoring of Mizzou, then the ability for the Illini to shut down that three-point line is a lot easier. But if Tillman gets going, gets Coburn and Bashanis Veely in foul trouble, that will give Missouri a lot of offensive balance scoring, and that could pose problems for the Illini. King Tao, what's up? I, Helen Bardo, love you. Steve Schaefer, bragging rights going to be a battle. Flying Illini crew had to overcome an 18-point deficit. That was 19, Steve. We're down 19 to Missouri. They came back and won. But I like where you're going. Oh, okay, game. Oh, I'm instructed the game will be on ESPNU. All right, some Illini fan was trying to get my login for the SEC network, so I apologize for that. Thank you for the update. ESPNU is where Illinois and Mizzou will find themselves. So key factor for Missouri. Can Tillman get established in the paint, scoring the basketball? And let me go back to the key factor for Illinois. Can the Illini contain Missouri's three-point shooting? So it's funny that I didn't mention a key for the Illini because I think that they're so balanced this year that the Illini run into trouble don't really run into trouble, but they really hang their hat on the defensive end. And so if Tillman isn't scoring on the inside from Missouri and the Illini are able to play the three-point shot, then they could win this game by double digits. So that's why the 2 key factors, one for Mizzou, establishing inside scoring, having some offensive balance against this very good Illinois team, and then can Illini contain the three-point shooting of Missouri? Mark Smith is the leading scorer for Missouri. He averages over 17 points a game. They like to space the floor. They like to shoot the 3. They do a lot of 4-out, 1-in around Tillman. So if the Illini can contain the three-point shooting of Missouri, I think they have a good shot of winning this game on the road. Ken Palm, who you guys have heard me mention before, he has Illinois winning this game by 1 point. But Ken Palm was wrong because he had Duke beating Illinois. And I was like, no, I think the Illini can win that one. Greg Boysaw, former Fine Illini football great, asked, no crowd, who does this benefit? It's tough. In this one, Greg, it's going to be a toss-up because Mizzou's got a veteran ball club. And typically veterans will handle the situation better. You know, they understand how critical home courts are, and they also understand how to play on the road. So I don't think it favors anybody. I don't really think it favors anybody, to be honest. You know, the home and road situation is taken out. Illinois has to travel to Columbia. They have to get in a hotel. They have to move around a little bit more than Mizzou does because they're at home. But besides that, I don't really think it matters. But that's a good question, Greg, because I know a lot of people were thinking about that. Kevin Greenwood, thank you. ESPNU. Pinson is the one guy that caused Illinois the most trouble, says DC Bruck. All right, DC, why do you say that? I don't necessarily excuse me, y'all. My allergies are bothering me. It's warmed up a little bit in Chicago, and when it freezes and it warms up a little bit, it sends my allergies in the haywire. So that's what you're seeing. Pinson is one guy that caught. All right, Pinson can break people down off the bounce. Granted, I give you that. But when you're shooting 4 of 22 from three-point land, and you've got Trent Frazier, DeMonte Williams, or Ayo Dosunmu, all three really good defensive guards, but DeMonte Williams is probably the best. If Pinson can't beat you off the dribble, he can't break you down, and you're shooting 4 or 22 from three, if Pinson gives Illinois problems, then Missouri deserves to win. I'm a former defensive player of the year. If I know that this point guard has given us trouble in the past because he's been able to get off the bounce and get into the lane, and he shoots 4 or 22 from three, if I stay a foot off, I try to corral. And if he beats me from three-point land, then Missouri, I tip my hat. Congratulations to you. But he's not going to beat me getting to the hole, getting into the paint. That's not where he's going to beat me. So, good point, DC Bruck. That's a good point. But if he is able to get into the paint and create offense for others, then you know that Mizzou will have the upper hand in that matchup. If he's not able to break down the defense and he can't create for others, then you know the Illini won that matchup. So good call, DC Bruck. I like that. Corey Guthrie says, how important do you think the Illini bench will be this game, and which bench player will be the key? Corey, I think Georgie Bashanishvili has established himself as the guy that can come off the bench and provide not only stability, because when I say stability, I mean guys who know the calls on the defensive end, good chemistry guys that can boost guys up when they're down. Georgie's all three of those in spades. But also, Andre Curbelo has started to come on. That young freshman is starting to feel himself in a good way. He provides a little change of pace. He penetrates deeper into the paint than I think Ayo Dosunmu does. I think that he can create shots for others because he's so good off the bounce. So I think those two for Illinois, talking about Bashanishvili and also Andre Curbelo, are key. Now for Missouri, I like Drew Smith starts, but sometimes they bring him off the bench. He's kind of the key, in my opinion, 6'7", 240 bruiser. He'll get after it. And Missouri thrives off of energy. When they're playing well, they're flying around, they're being physical. You'll see their bench talking. When they're struggling, they don't have the energy. He's the type of guy that can provide that type of energy, so I look to him. JT Wolverine, how you doing? Corey Guthrie said he's going with Curbelo. Having said, we're better defensively now than we were last year at this time. I would agree. I would agree. I think, DeMonte Williams Sr., Trent Frazier Sr., Ayo Dosunmu Jr. Kofi is a sophomore. He's got another year under his belt, right? Adam Miller, a freshman. But Illini don't have to depend on Adam Miller to do a lot of things. So I think it's a good fit. Donovan Lane, good morning. Good evening from Singapore. Hope you're doing well. Face 51, thanks for jumping on. I always appreciate your support. So, yeah, that's the quick pregame sauce. Y'all like that? Sauce. You got to say it like, I love this show called Earn Your Leisure. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But they had a guy by the name of Nacho Banger. This guy, I'm telling you, just go check it out. Check it out. He will motivate you. Guy was, he was in the legal business, and he started making nachos, gourmet nachos, sell them to the hood in Baltimore. And if any of you all know anything about Baltimore, they might have the most unique accent in the country. So Nacho Bangers talks about sauce. So I'm kind of biting off the pregame sauce from him. When he says sauce, he's got that Baltimore dialect, and it sounds so good. So that's where I got it from. So pregame sauce. Hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, Nikki Lane Perkins? Good to see you. But yeah, that 2 good games. Don't sleep on Indiana State at Purdue. These Missouri Valley teams need to be respected, right? Let me pull these guys back up again so I can remind you really quickly. Key players to watch out for Indiana State: Tyreek Key and Jack LaRavia. Very, very good. Very good players for Indiana State. I'm sorry, got a text there, got distracted. Tyreek Key and Jake LaRavia for Indiana State. LaRavia is a 6'9", do-it-all forward, can handle, can shoot it, can post, does a little bit of everything. Tyreek Key will make this Sycamore offense go. And for Purdue, ladies and gentlemen, Zach Edey might be the surprise in the country this year. Not the Big Ten. I've been sleeping on a little bit, but I'm awake now. Zach Edey is a real deal. 7'4", and he's athletic. He's not a stiff. He's not all robotic. He can play. Shooting 77% from the field this year. And then Brandon Newman, redshirt freshman from Valparaiso. I think he has a high upside. I like this young man. I like the way he plays. I like his tempo. So watch these 2 guys. Tina Strong, how you doing? Good to see you. So make sure you tune in. Big Ten Network, 6:30 Central Standard Time for Indiana State at Purdue. And then Illinois at Missouri is on ESPNU, I believe, at 7 p.m. Central. So watch Big Ten Network until that game is over. Then you can go check out Illinois, Missouri. All right. Hold on. I got a couple more comments here. Illinois is deep this year. I'm not too concerned about this game. Pinson never got recruited by Illini. He's got a chip. Says Kevin Greenwood. Good point. Good point. Sometimes, guys, when you see players have a extraordinary game, a lot of it has to do with maybe they felt slighted. Pinson, a Chicago kid, went head-to-head against Iowa. No, wait a minute. They played on the same AAU. Yes, played on the same AAU programs. So they know each other. These players know each other. So it ought to be very interesting. All right, you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Depending on the outcome of the game, if it's a blowout, I won't come back and do the post-game beverage, but I may come back and do one based on the outcome of the Illini at Mizzou game. I'm going to be, don't tell anybody, Big Ten Network. I'll have a screen up with the game on, trying to watch it as much as I can in breaks between the Indiana State and Purdue game. So you guys have a great Saturday evening. Hope you tune in. 6:30 Big Ten Network, Indiana State at Purdue. Love y'all. Peace.